In shadows deep, where secrets lie, beneath the moonlit sky, whispers call in the dead of night, where darkness hides the light. In the world of darkness, where dreams and nightmares blend. In the world of darkness, where shadows never end, lost souls wander in eternal night. In the world of darkness, where darkness reigns supreme. In shadows deep, where secrets lie, beneath the moonlit sky, whispers call in the dead of night, where darkness hides the light. In the world of darkness, where dreams and nightmares blend. In the world of darkness, where shadows never end, lost souls wander in eternal night. In the world of darkness, where darkness reigns supreme. In shadows deep, where secrets lie, beneath the moonlit sky, whispers call in the dead of night, where darkness hides the light. In the world of darkness, where dreams and nightmares blend. In the world of darkness, where shadows never end, lost souls wander in eternal night. In the world of darkness, where darkness reigns supreme.
All right.
Welcome back. And of course, as you know, I am glad to have you, dear friends. We are delving yet again into the shadows, into the darkness, out of the light, away from dreams, and into a nightmare. Before we get started, I will ask the same thing I ask every week. I will ask someone, one of you, I'll let you choose amongst yourselves to do a little bit of a recap of our story so far. Who's on the chopping block tonight?
I'll go. I don't think I've gone yet. Shy, I swear to God. Sorry, being jump scared by our resident wraith here. So last session, Neron received a call from the hospital because Janice had vanished from the hotel, or from their hospital. They didn't know where she went. Janice had a conversation with, I didn't write down his name, but it's Stellan's second in command, I believe, the one's in charge of his company.
Darren Dixon.
Darren Dixon. All I wrote is that Janice is a badass. That's literally all I have written for that whole section. But I know she intimidated the hell out of him and got him to agree to at least try to set up a meeting with his illustrious employer, Stellan. She then stepped outside and was magically teleported by our resident mage, Stag. She was whipped up to where we are all hiding, and we all had quite an awkward and tense conversation as this human hunter just arrived. Stag did some magical medicine checks, to try to heal the damage he had caused from her swelling brain or the concussion, but learned that she also had a tumor in her brain, or some sort of growth that we don't know what it is, but is obviously not a good thing. Many conversations were had, and Stellan had everyone agree not to hurt each other before laying down the law of the dreaming. And so all of us are prevented from harming one another, otherwise there will be a severe penalty. We also learned that Sylvie found the original shard in which we all hold pieces of, and she was connected to all of them. And we currently know the location of 2 shards. The Mind Stone, which is in the desert in the Middle East, being held by a lupine pack leader. And there's another one outside of Tibet, which is the Matter Shard. And it's being held by a monk in a monastery dressed in robes. And we know that he is incredibly powerful. And I think we ended the session figuring out where we wanted to go next, and Stellan saying he had to go back to. And I think that's where we left off.
Beautiful. Take a bow, first and foremost. That was a great recap. And I will offer to you this story point, which can be used to succeed in a time of need, and it can be given to a scene mate. And to be clear, a scene mate is someone that you share a scene with and that you've interacted with in that scene. Now, with all that being said, let us delve back into this world of darkness. Right where we left off, as you all part ways and you find yourselves looking towards rest, you in particular, Stellan, the dreaming, your freehold being your place of restitution. This travel there, what does this look like? We've already watched you skip Widdershins behind a tree and disappear into the ether. But where do we find ourselves now as our lens follows you through the shadow, through the clouds, and into a world unknown to mortals?
I step around the tree in a glen not dissimilar to where we were before. The tree is still there, but everything else is exaggerated. It's motes of peace just float everywhere. Spirits bask, and Stag's sanctuary is exaggerated on the other side. And Stellan looks around, takes out his map, unfurls it, and then unfurls another piece of cellophane that looks like it has random scribbles on it, and overlays it on his map. Makes a few traces with his fingers, looks around, and concentrates a little bit, and finds a little silver line coming from the tree. One of many, as it happens. It's a little thread, silver and gleaming. He goes up, touches it. La 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 la. Plucks it a couple of times to get a tune, and resonates through reality, kind of rippling, and a road appears, going the length of the thread, disappearing into the dreaming, and he starts walking. And it isn't long, because he's on the right path, and all paths in the dreaming lead where they should. And it's not long till he comes across a little inn at a crossroads, and across from it, a gatehouse. And past the gate, another road spans deep into a forest that is dark and ominous. He goes in, and there is the outside is a castle of sorts, small as it might be. 2 stories, a couple of steeples, couple of guard houses. It looks like a roadside guardhouse there to protect the gate into the forest. He goes inside, and the inside is drastically bigger than the outside. On the first floor is a pool, and in it, a dryad, a tree, grows in the middle, and around are just nondescript, kind of like black fuzz. There's no walls or anything. There's just kind of like a lit area inside this guardhouse, and a beam of sunlight cuts through the darkness onto the tree. And a constant drip of water falls from above them onto the tree, into the pool. Stellan proceeds upstairs into this large open ramparts around the guardhouse, and in the middle, under protected forest, is a large balefire that burns a undescribable color. And it is there, in the balefire's warmth, he takes out a simple bedroll and lays down for the night.
under stars that speak to you in this dreaming, that show you a scene that jars you. Nightmares do not prevail here, not easily, Stellan. Not this sacred place, but tonight you see again the shard wielders. Silhouettes of them, but now that you've seen them in the flesh, you can make them out. The ombre silhouette of Sylvie and the shard that lives deep within her. The pure white silhouette of Stag, his antlers that encroach outwards from his frame. The deep blood red essence that coats Keeper's aura and her small frame. And the bright, iridescent aura that embosses the powerful and somewhat terrifying Janus, alongside the silhouette of this lupine whom you've yet to meet, blue and cerulean in color, and the deep green of a distant aura, one you expect to be that of the Matter Wielder. The other shards, though you know they exist, seem to still be hidden, obscured by shadow.
I am not so foolish to go looking for shadows in the dreaming.
But they come looking for you. In this dream, in this nightmare, you watch one by one as they're all swallowed. First, they come for Sylvie. She runs and runs and runs. But shadows chase her down. And just when she thinks she escapes, her own shadow consumes her. Then Stag. You watch as he fights valiantly, expelling the mystic energy directly from his self, fighting off the shadows alongside his avatar, but they both eventually succumb to the pressing weight, to the torturous cold. When their light is snuffed out, shadows turn towards Keeper, who fights tooth and nail and almost succeeds, seemingly wounding the shadow, but something strange happens. Rather than simply devour her, you see her split into three pieces, three entities, and then consumed like a special meal. And Janus was a doe caught in a hunting trap. Wounded, she barely could fight off the shadows, and they made quick work of her. The Garou, and eventually the wielder of the Matter Shard, all fall to these shadows. And when you think it's all over, they turn to you. As in the morning, Janus, you wake up from this horrible dream, watching yourself devoured watching those around you devoured, waking up in a cold sweat. Keeper, you startle awake seconds after, followed by Stag. And Sylvie, you feel yourself almost shunted out of your space in the planchette where you chose to rest, unable to find that calm. I believe there's some cleanup things to do for Kindred as they wake up, and I believe that is actually it. No one sustained any damage that needed to be healed, correct? I believe you would be able to do so over this resting period. I will say, because of this nightmare, you are able to you are able to recover half of what you normally would be able to if you need to recover hit points, as this sleep was less than restful.
Did I get ejected from Stag?
That's right. You weren't in the planchette. You were skin writing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you will be ejected from Stag.
I was consensually skin writing.
Correct, but that is not what ejected you. It is the potency of this horrible night terror.
Gotcha.
For a
Was
moment, go ahead.
Was that enough of a nightmare to prevent me from recovering willpower?
It is not enough to prevent willpower recoverage, just health. If you had any health states that you needed to recover, you recover half of them instead of the normal that you would usually recover.
Okay. Kindred, do not recover from rest, but from
drinking.
healing. Oh, from making rouse checks. If I have a damage of 1, is it round up so I would heal the full damage?
You would heal the full damage, right? Was it aggravated?
Superficial.
Okay, yeah. So if it were aggravated, it would go to superficial normally, right?
No. If it's aggravated, it takes 3 rouse checks. If it's superficial, it takes 1 rouse check.
Nice.
Which I failed. I also woke up getting hungry, so Keeper shoots up from her nightmare, fangs bared, hissing a little bit. Pretty hungry.
There's a moment here where all of you, even those that are not in the immediate vicinity, almost hear each other's thoughts, almost feel each other as you're waking, as you're pulling yourself from this collective dream space. But that moment is fleeting. That feeling goes away. That connectedness, seemingly not held closely enough by any of you, slips out of your fingertips and into the waking world. Stellan still has to make his way back from the freehold, and we will partake there in just a moment. But I believe the rest of you are still at Stag's sanctuary, his chantry, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
In the Druid Grove. As you wake, Keeper, you're the first to actually rouse yourself simply because of the hunger.
That was quite unpleasant. Did anyone else die? Did anyone die? Did we die? Was that just in my head? Was that just... She gets up. She starts pacing in a circle.
I died.
She stops and stares at you. And I suppose you did. Right. Let's go back to pacing.
I'm still deciding if I'm in hell or not.
I mean, what's the difference between living and being in hell? I mean, certainly this is not heaven. No offense, Stag.
Oh, there are a lot of differences. Well, for one, I'm gonna like start going on the list.
I'm just embracing heart right now. Like, I just watched my brother die. That's the only thing that's got me so worked up right now.
We're all. Stag's upset. Did you see it too? Did you see it too? Or is that just me?
Janice just keeps her mouth shut and starts to tidy up her hair, looking awfully annoyed.
I don't dream. I only see things that have happened and could happen and might happen if I turn the wrong way down when I come to a T intersection. Did you see that or not?
It wasn't a dream. It was a prelude to what could happen.
Premonition. Oof. Mm, 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 mm. You didn't do.
I
You
hope
didn't do your lip
you
bulb.
understand. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation we are all in now.
I looked at Janice. I think you're the only one that doesn't know. Do you get it? Do you understand now? Do you get it?
She kind of does like this sideways eye roll over to Keeper. Why are you panicking?
Did you see it? Did you see it? Did you not?
Yes. Yes.
How are you
Clearly.
not panicking?
What would you like me to do in this moment? I had a dream. I woke up in a cold sweat. According to Stag over here, I have something growing in my head. Do you think that panicking is going to help anything? Should I run around and start screaming at the top of my lungs?
It'd be something. I know you're alive then. You haven't died yet, have you?
Oh, unfortunately not.
Okay, that's good. Well, for what now? Do we go somewhere now? Do we wait for Stellan to come back? I'm hungry.
Yes, we need to wait for our friend to return. I do not believe I am qualified to carry so many people through such a dangerous place. He is far more better at that.
Right.
You said you were hungry?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just stand up and hold my hand out to you.
Oh, she backs away. No, it's the law. That's a bad idea. I'll be all right, but perhaps we'll just keep an eye out for something else.
Oh, I apologize.
Janice wrinkles her nose.
I just
Disgust.
walk over to one of my carved out holes in the wall and just pull a cup out, and I'm going to attempt a thing. I am going to use
Water into
life.
blood? The blood of Christ?
Yeah. Actually, now that you mention it,
Hey.
I'm going to scoop up some water from the scrying shell, and I'm going to attempt to change the property of this water into blood. So that's going to be life, matter, and maybe a touch of prime. I can just pull up my spell sheet. There it is. I will use matter 2, life 3, and prime 2 to transmogrify this water into blood. Do I need to make a roll for this? Sorry, Tyler.
I was muted again. Sorry about that. It is your highest sphere plus your arete against the DC, I believe. Just making sure. And you know what's really funny? I went on the World of Darkness server and I told people I was running this game, and they legitimately all called me crazy.
Yeah,
Now I know why.
it is not easy.
It is a lot of things to remember, but we're having a good time. We're having a good time. Yes, okay. It will be your arete plus the highest sphere that you're using against
Yes.
the DC. And for you, I'm going to set the DC at 4.
Okay. Can I get a dice bonus from my chantry?
I believe you do. Yep, highest
Cool.
arete, highest sphere plus the arete
All
is
right.
the
I will.
difficulty.
I will now roll. Exceptional success.
And is this the blood of a humanoid?
This is a carbon copy of my blood because that is the only blood I have ever seen.
And I would say you probably have to use a little bit of your own blood in the casting of this just to get it sparked and going.
Yeah, that's fine.
But as you drop it into the basin of water, you watch it cool and cloud into it and uh, almost turn bright white like the rest of your magic often portrays itself, and then completely deep red.
Over table question.
Over table answer.
How by the book are you wanting to go?
As by the book as possible, but I have a small brain, and we're running
Does
fast.
Keeper have Iron Gullet?
No.
She's not going to be able to sate from it.
What?
Ooh.
Oh, 'cause
It's not coming from a human.
It'd be like
It is
drinking from a
It is
blood
my
bag.
blood.
Yeah, but it would
Ah.
count like drinking from a bag.
Ooh.
but I high enough level for that.
If you're not feeding by your feeding type, you slake half the hunger. And then you only don't get blood from, or any hunger from blood bags after blood potency 3, starting at 3, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
starting at 3, animal
Yeah.
bagged blood slakes no hunger.
But you're not a bagger, so you would take slake half.
Interesting.
Okay.
So if I can get 2 blood bags worth of blood,
Then you'd be able to be.
This is a rather large source of water that I've just turned into a source of blood.
even if it just fixes 1 hunger, that is yes.
And for the purpose
hunger.
of the spell, this is living fresh living blood. I've just duplicated my own cells
Yeah, again,
by
and
using water.
it's also just as by the book as you want to go. I mean, it's easily overlooked.
I'll say
I don't have a problem with it.
yes, but I like
I
this,
think-
and I love, and the whole point of this is that we are playing a game, right? Games need rules.
Yeah.
I like this, and I'll say that this casting will slake half of the hunger, and if you and you know we can role play out how you deal with the rest of this hunger. Of course, you can cast this ritual again, Stag. You know, doing so will then, bring Keeper up to that final fully sated hunger. But I kind of want to see what it looks like when Keeper slops this down and is still
Hmm.
hungry.
I think it'd be cool if it's just treated like a blood bag, so just one hunger. That's it. Cast.
Everybody's hating on my blood bags.
Yeah.
After the blood coagulates and finally actually becomes thick like blood, I will pick up the turtle shell and hold it up to you.
I will gingerly take it and smell it. And is this going to blow me up?
I don't think so.
Interesting. I will start drinking it. Is Stag a good person?
I'm a genuinely kind-hearted soul. I care more about others than I care about myself.
Okay. Keeper will start she'll start to drink it and she'll take like a big mouthful of it and immediately stop and kind of cough a bit and go wow, that is sugar. That is straight sugar.
And it's
Great.
cold.
Yeah. That is like eating a mouthful of pixie sticks. You ever had a pixie stick? This is great. Thank you. she'll drink it.
I've never had a pixie on a stick before. That sounds inhumane.
It's an old candy. Do they still make those anymore? Oh, no, this is... Thank you. That was very kind. And I had magic blood. I would say that is a real first.
Now,
You're
if
welcome.
you can stomach it, you can get rid of the rest of your hunger by drinking more of this. But it obviously isn't your preferred type of blood. It's cold, and it is steeped in goody two shoes.
Yeah. I'll drink my one bowl and I will give you back the turtle shell. I'll go, thank you very much. That was wonderful. And I'll slake my one hunger and call it good there.
Stag looks genuinely pleased at this, like he's giddy.
I'll turn my, not rudely, but turn to walk away from Stag so my back is to him, so I'm fully facing Janice and just see her go silently.
Now it's daylight now, and you're in the cave, deep
Uh-oh.
within it, far from the light. But the sun should be setting in a couple hours. Y'all didn't get much rest last night. You went to bed quite, I should say, early in the morning. So most of the day is gone. Thankfully for our kindred friend, but it is still midday here in Ireland. Stag did mention that he had some umbrella-like magical protections for you, and you're still waiting for Stag to come back. Meanwhile, the four of you have a bit of time here.
Speaking of, I will be spending the rest of my available time enchanting her. What clothes do you have actually?
Me?
Yeah.
I have a big baggy olive green shirt. And just baggy clothes.
I'll need to make a shawl.
What do you need?
Are you naked?
I'm making you some sun protection, for lack of better words.
Does it have to cover my head?
Just your head.
Just my head.
It kind of works like a hat.
Ooh,
Like a really big hat.
I don't have a hat.
Oh, one thing. Don't tear it. If you do, the magic will not hold, and you will incinerate. So.
Oh, I'll turn to Sylvie. Sylvie, remember what Stellan said? Don't fuck with my hat.
So I'm going to use Prime. I typically only need Prime 2, but I'm going to boost it to Prime 3 just because it's not specifically stating sunlight. So I'm going to enchant the pattern of this shawl to prevent any source of light from passing through it.
All right.
Do I need to mix with anything? I don't think I do. No, just Prime 3.
Okay. So once again,
Pouring my raw quintessence into this shawl.
and so it'll be the same type of roll. And
Yes.
I believe for this, you'll actually have to spend some of that quintessence.
That is true. I will need to do this. Luckily, I already fed Heart, so I don't need to worry about that, but I will be spending a point of quintessence for this.
Now, the interesting part of all this to you, Janice, is that of all the vampires that you've met, especially the vampires in New York that haven't quite taken a liking to you, Keeper seems to be the most well-dispositioned, and of all the mages you've met, well, Stag seems to be the most well-mannered, which is odd to say. You've never met a wraith as jovial and mischievous as Sylvie, but these three have subverted some of your, how should we say, expectations. And you're pulled from this thought, this contemplation. When you look down at your phone, you see the battery quite dead. At some point, it seemed to have grabbed a signal and lost it again, but it looks like there is a voicemail there from Neron. Probably not best to listen to it now, but it's there. And it reminds you of the world waiting back in New York for you. The world where vampires are out to get you, not to work with you, and mages are colluding with them. And where wraiths are creatures long from this world that would only succeed in sucking the life from you. You watch now as Sylvie peers over Stag's shoulders and Keeper kind of gives little directions. Oh, maybe not that cut, and maybe a little like this. And what kind of hat is the direction that we take here, Keeper?
Ooh. Well, I guess what does Stag try to make?
The original concept was a shawl, so something that would cover your head, neck, face, and shoulders. But if you wanted it to be a little bit more exaggerated, you could take liberties with it.
No, I am.
It's the idea behind the magic, not the realism behind the magic that matters. So as long as I am using the magic to work on it, it will work. But whatever you want it to look like also matters.
Okay. So it's like a shawl. Okay, no, I'm down for the parka with the hood.
Okay.
I think it's very cool. What color is it?
That one is up to you. I was actually that same character as I'm crushing my quintessence into a die to cover this prepared shawl. What do you have a preferred color?
Ooh, red. Because then I can be like that fairy tale.
I just kind of tilt my head and my ear kind of twitches.
Red Riding Hood? From Fairy Tale? Wow. Okay, we're gonna pick you up a book.
Ooh,
Yeah, a book. Do you know what a book is?
that's not a word that Hart taught me.
Do you know? She like puts her hands up to her cheeks. Do you know how to read?
Oh, I can read hands.
You can read hands, like sign language.
Mhm.
Ooh, okay. When we have a minute, I'm gonna get a book and I'm gonna show you what reading is. It is magic for the brain. It's not as
Ooh,
cool as video, but
I
it
have
might work
brain
out.
magic.
Yes. I think Stella knows a lot about this.
Oh, right, red. Oh, this should work. I just kind of prick my finger and let a drop of blood fall into it.
Mm.
Keeper.
Oh,
I
what?
believe.
Okay.
I believe. Are you hungry enough for this to affect you? From
I'm
my
at
dream,
two. I'm at two hunger.
and those of
I don't
us.
think she's hungry enough to hunger frenzy,
Uh,
especially not after being placed in front of a bowl full of blood.
But she's still hungry, is the thing. And also, remind me, those of us who are more experienced with vampire rules, is it every single time that blood shows up in front of a vampire they have to make a check?
Depends on how mean you want to be.
Every
yeah.
So the rules are every time at hunger 4 or hunger 5, you have to make a frenzy check. But you can narratively make or ask for one at any time.
Yep. Depends on how mean you want to be.
I think you're sated enough for the moment not to frenzy, but you do feel a little rumble in your tummy, Keeper.
I'll take a step back. I'm gonna not stand right here while you're doing that, and I'm gonna go to the other side of the cave, to where I think
Okay.
to where I think Janice is. So she kind of like walks over, not realizing that she looks up, sees Janice, and stops. And goes, "Oh, good. Man, both sides of the caves are not looking great." Huh.
Janice is kind of like off to the side and has been standing away, almost othering herself.
Very much so.
Hart is at the mouth of the cave, preventing anybody from leaving, just for reference.
I'm I'm curious, Miss Hunter Lady. How many of my kind have you killed?
The name is Janice. Do you really want me to answer that question?
Hannah?
She just smirks.
Good. You're scary.
Hmm.
There's a long pause between the two of you. Scary
You
indeed.
hear explosion coming from down inside the cave. Not a loud one, but just like a. I'm okay.
I'm
Has
sure that's positive for my health.
You see me come. You see me come around the corner. There's red all over my face, but now the shawl is red. It's ready.
Great. I'll skip over and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll
Right.
put it on. And it's
No.
just like 2 sizes too big. Just
I know it's meant to protect you from the sun, but I understand that you might be disinclined to, test that.
I run for the cave entrance.
Oh no.
I stop
Good thing
before
I
I get out.
mentioned Hart was there.
Yeah, I stop before I get outside, but I run up to the cave entrance to like where the light is just starting to approach. not stepping out of the sun, but going to a point where I could see it.
Right on the edge of the sunlight.
Yeah.
When you step towards it, you feel its heat. It's intense. Something you really haven't felt in a long time, Keeper. You start with a finger that gets slightly singed, but you retreat underneath the shawl, and this time, with it covering your hand, you close your eyes and you grimace and feel nothing.
I'll extend out more of my hand and my arm. Just leave it out there for a second. And then I'll pull it back. And then I'll run back into the cave and give Stag a big hug.
You catch me just as I'm trying to turn around the corner to stop you from doing what you just did, and you just tackle me to the ground because I was not expecting that.
That
Oh,
was
thank
wonderful!
goodness you did it. Oh,
That was wonderful! That was warm, and thank you, Stag!
I'm so happy you're happy. But I think you're standing on a very important organ.
Oh! My bad. I'll get up.
Thank you. It's set up. I'm glad it worked. There was a very small chance that you would have exploded.
Oh! Well, I'm glad you didn't tell me that.
That was a magic joke.
What's the joke?
I don't know. That was one that Haunt told me.
Huh.
And for reference, you've never heard Heart speak. You never really heard Heart make a single sound.
Me?
Yes.
I'm the one person in this group that will not question that.
Valid. That is valid. Yeah, that's valid.
He is a wizard in his own right. He speaks only whenever he needs to speak.
Hey, Mage tells Malkavian you talk to your pet deer. You know,
Well, thanks for this follow, Spell Crashers. The mouth of the cave leads into brightness. And Janice, you're standing the closest to this edge, near the avatar Heart that we just mentioned. And it seems as though they seem to warily eye you. If a glowing, effervescent energy form of an elk could give you the side eye, it definitely is.
Utterly bombastic side eye.
Janice would absolutely meet its gaze and hold it with a very slightly dark smile. And then face would become stoic again.
Heart seems to bristle at this. This large elk almost puffs out its chest and lets out a large puff. You see some of its quintessence, some of its energy, brimstone out of it. If anything, it's giving you a warning.
I don't think your pet likes me, Stag.
This is the first and only time you would have ever seen Stag's face shift from happy to anything but as he looks at you when you say the word pet. It's just for a moment, but he does shift back to his normal, calm demeanor. Heart is not a pet, he is my brother.
Janice smiles, making a mental note. Oh, my mistake.
It's fine. A lot of people make that mistake. You think they could tell from the Similarities. I mean, I just look almost exactly like him, I think.
Oh, because of the. And she like points up to her head.
Yes, the eyes.
Oh yeah, yeah. Eyes.
Sylvie seems to have disappeared, and you haven't seen her in quite some time. You look about, and you're also wondering where Stellan could be. It's at this time that we turn the lens to focus in on him exactly. Where could he have gone? What's taking him so long? Back at the Freehold, Stellan, when you awoke from this night terror, uh, this foray in shadows, you had to wipe the cold sweat from your brow, and found that the thoughts of the other shard wielders echoed in your mind very briefly.
And Stellan had doubted at first, but found renewed purpose and prepares for an adventure. Gets all ready. When he is stocked up and uh, refreshed himself, he goes downstairs to the pool, fills a vial, then fills another. Draina, I'll be gone for a little bit. Please watch over this place. Make sure nothing gets through the gate. Hospitality to all who request it.
As is the will of House Dinan. Sir Stellan, please, be careful and be wary. The dreams that we watch over grow darker.
I think I've finally found the start. Been lost, but I see light. I must go. I have to make a stop before traveling back. Blessings on you, Drea.
And on you, Sir Stellan.
And Stellan will leave after refreshing his glamour after sleeping by the bale fire and replenishing willpower by sleeping and collecting 2 dross from the pool. He will head outside and towards to the side of the inn is a clearing with a tree and pile of stones at the base. He goes and kneels. I've found more shards, Ensley. I know what I must do. So lay down your burden, and I will take it up. No matter how long the road, how dark the night, or how dangerous the peril, I shall bear this for you, or share it with you until the roads come to an end, or the need is over. I shall keep this shard safe and protect its bearers, else may the road cease to lie beneath my feet. Kiss my hand, put it on the stones, and leave to find the thread, travel back.
The closest thread that you could find, the most convenient, is actually a fairy ring. A dead one. You'll need to pick and sow flowers stepping in a backward circle. In doing so, you watch as the dead circle of grass comes lively to life. And as you complete the circle, you find yourself standing in plain sight where you left your other shard bearers, just outside of the Chowndhury.
Ho hum, fellows! I have returned.
Hello.
Welcome back. You missed sunlight. Is it still sunny outside?
It is.
Stag, your grove is absolutely spectacular on the other side.
Oh, that's wonderful to hear. I'm glad to know that my friends that are no longer with us are still happy in their home.
And Janice, you look well rested.
Hmm. Well, thank you for noticing.
Did you guys see everyone die last night?
You
Fuck.
did see it!
Unfortunately.
We're gonna officially make that not happen. You have my word.
Oh,
But
I thought we already did that.
yep. But we have to work together, and we have to find the other shards. So we were gonna go to the desert and find a werewolf.
Buddha, yes.
And how you are friendly with this wolf man, right? Not just like, oh yeah, we were friendly, and then I don't know, ran off with his wife or something, but like actually friendly.
Oh yes, he is such a good boy. It has been so long since I've seen him. I wonder how he's been.
Good boy.
Mm-hmm.
Janice looks
Huh.
like she's about to say something, but she just bites her lip.
Noticing the silence, Stag is just going to walk away towards a bed of flowers. And I'm going to. These are special flowers, a rarity in these lands of Ireland. I'll show a picture of what one looks like in the general chat if y'all wish to take a peek. And when I do reach the small bed of flowers, I'm going to carefully uproot one of them, making sure not to damage the stem or the petals. And I'm going to convert the energy from it into a TAS. For reference, a TAS is solidified quintessence.
The imbued flower glows and hardens, gilded in almost a silvery shine.
Ooh.
After doing this, I am going to approach Hart and I'm going to offer it up to him for him to consume. Thank you for being such a good brother. Here's your food.
And Hart still hasn't taken their eyes off of Janice. And they almost they their eyes stay trained on her as just their head and their neck move slightly and they reach and grab the petals with their teeth and start chewing, but go back directly to their stalwart position, eyes trained down on her.
Just let him mention
Janice.
I'm entirely oblivious to his untoward aggression towards our guest.
Janice finds it absolutely amusing, but she doesn't make any facial expressions. But her eyes look like they're smiling a bit.
Yeah, that should be enough to keep him satisfied for about a week. I'm ready to go when you guys are.
And we're gonna walk, right?
Your
Yes,
kind
that
of walk?
would be the quickest.
Our kind of walk or your kind of walk? Your kind of walk, right?
Well, dreaming is quite a bit faster.
Oh, I know the way. I can show you the way while you guide us.
You know, you're familiar with the Trods?
Well, maybe not as nearly masterfully as you are, but I might have some experience. At the very least, when it comes to tracking down Kota, he never stops moving.
Yes, and where are we going?
We are going to the Big Sands.
There are several big sands.
Oh,
I believe he is speaking of that place in the Middle East with his furry friend.
that was what he called it. Yes, the Middle East. I did not realize he called in the direction had a central point, though.
Well, we had kind of need to be more specific, unless there's some sort of magic that'll guide us.
Oh, yes, that is what I have to use to find him. I have given him an item of significance that will allow me to narrow down the location.
Well,
So long as he has kept it.
so we go to the general area and then narrow it down from there.
It's usually what I have to do, but it's not hard to find him. He is a very large man, and also covered in fur.
See how that makes it easier. Let's see. It's in the Middle East. There's a amazing donut shop in Dubai. Here they put nutmeg in their croissants.
Hmm.
Let's start there.
What is a donut?
God. Nutmeg. I'd never be able to live down nutmeg croissants. They will follow me into every game system, into every world. Please save me from the nutmeg croissants.
No, because now I want a nutmeg croissant. I'm so curious.
Oh my god. Ugh.
That's
All you
That
have to
sounds
do
great,
is
actually.
give me Entropy 5 and Prime 5, and I can make the idea of croissants and nutmeg cease to exist.
I just might.
Love
I
it.
just might. I honestly just might.
It's out there. Okay. Yeah, let's start in Dubai. That's about as Middle East as you can get.
Okay.
Can we get a nutmeg croissant?
God.
I've heard of nutmeg, but what is a croissant?
Well, let's just go. Let's just go. We'll see.
Stealing your shoes now, Gabo.
No.
I will conjure forth my spirit color staff for stone to grab onto so that I may channel my prime into his shard so that he can get that power boost.
Ooh, what's this gonna do?
It's done. It's going to make you more powerful in a sense. It'll make it easier for you to find your way.
Well, all right.
Everybody on the staff. I promise it doesn't bite.
Grab Steph.
Yeah, Janice straightens her back a little bit and quaintly walks over and joins in.
And then I look at Stella.
Is something supposed to happen?
Oh, did you put your hand on the staff yet?
Yeah.
Oh, well, then after that awkward moment of silence where it was like, is something supposed to happen? Magic erupts.
The happening!
Since 4 shard wielders are unified together, you are getting a 4-dot bonus to your correspondence or whatever checks that you're making for travels. So 4 dice, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, I was planning to go walk the trods, follow the strings, but I think with this huge power burst, my amulet or my brooch would just activate, and we are out behind a little cafe in Dubai.
And the street hustles and bustles around you. No one seems to notice at first as you step out of a small little caddy shack. The disorientation of being whirled first through the dreaming and then finally landed back into the material plane is enough for a mortal like you, Janice, to feel a little bit of nausea. That headache in the back of your head, the one that's always kind of there, begins to press forward a little, but it's nothing you can't deal with. You have Signal now, and immediately you get 20 notifications. All of them calls from Neron. And you see several different voicemails left.
Janice just shakes her head and puts it in
What?
her pocket.
Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. We were gonna go go around the tree, and then walk the trods. But whew, what a rush! Let's do it again.
Oh.
Is this Dubai?
Whoa. Is it? Are we in this pastry shop?
Just outside
Out
of it.
back.
Are we in full, like, outside in the sunlight?
Full outside of the sunlight.
I immediately grab my hood, but then look up. Whoa. Wow, there's a lot of sun. A lot.
Please do keep your composure.
I'm in the sun.
She just looks at Keeper with like a sharp stare.
Are there a lot of people in Dubai?
Oh.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolute tons. Wonder if the brownie still runs this place.
What?
Brownie.
Oh yeah. They're little house spirits.
Of course they are.
I'm not sure this was a good idea.
Is there...
Yeah. Now I dare you to say that again after you get croissant.
Oh, I'm gonna
You,
go inside to
um,
the donut store.
you see, Stag is nervously like scratching at his skin on his forearms and behind his neck.
Stag is still. I would probably assume you're still kind of hiding in this like out, this outback little shed. It's uh overshadowed by the other buildings, and you can't quite be seen here. But you you quite know the effect you have on people. You know it quite well.
Does he not have like his horns are out and everything?
Yep. I have over the table a thing called Echoes, and there are 5 points into it. I am immediately identified by everything in this universe as a supernatural entity. There are distortions happening around me at all times.
Cool. I'm gonna go. Keeper's oblivious to this. She's gonna go inside the donut shop and walk
Yeah.
up to the teller. She'll. Sam, I'm Sam. I need help. I don't speak Arabic.
It's Dubai. Everyone speaks everything. Enchanté, mademoiselle.
Jonte,
Oh,
you seem familiar. Where do I know you from?
I spent 1 or 2 benders in Dubai and always seem to wake up here in your wonderful freehold.
Oh, Elaine of House Chelsea? No. Honnet? No. Denan.
Guilty on all counts. Stellan, at your service.
Hmm.
oh, oh! I am not going to do what I was going to do before. I'll take a step back. Stellan, can we get 5 croissants?
As the lady wished or requested, so it shall be done. And
I have come for the nutmeg croissants.
traveled the world for them. The road is long, but worth it.
Please, have a seat in just a moment.
Why is
Uh,
Stag outside?
Café, s'il vous plaît.
Ole?
Oui.
Stellan, why is Stag still outside?
I don't know. He's missing out. This place is great.
Up to be hyperventilating behind a dumpster.
Hold on. I'm gonna.
Someone took Sylvie's thing, right?
I think Janice still has it. Someone still has it. Above table, someone
I
still
do.
has it.
I do.
I don't
Stag
have
has
the
it.
planchette.
Stag has it. I'm gonna go out of the store and go find Stag and Janice. Janice, why is he still outside?
Why are you asking me this question as if I know this creep? As if I know him.
Wow. Because you've been standing here. Talk to him. Stag, why are
Yes,
you
he's
still
been
outside?
cowering in the corner.
Yeah, I've hidden behind the dumpster. The only things that you can see are my hooves and the tip of my horns.
Stag, why are you outside?
Stag's not here.
No, Stag's right here. I see
No.
Stag.
As
Why?
you
Why?
step around the corner, Keeper, you actually notice that from underneath the dumpster, grass has started to grow through the pavement in the sand. Thick, wild grass and flowers. And as you get closer, you see that all around Stag, grass and vines and wild flowers have started to sprout in a radius around him. They're overtaking the dumpster, they're crawling up the walls, they're breaking through the bricks, and they're not stopping.
Huh.
They're spreading like wildfire.
Uh, okay. Okay. Um, this is so not gonna work. Uh,
When the grass is thick enough, you do see my hand start to run through them. It starts to calm me down a little bit, but I'm still terrified, visibly.
this is not going to work. Stag, I need you to look at me in the eye, please. Do you look at me?
It takes him a few moments, but he does eventually muster the courage to lift his head up.
I don't know what this is going to be, but I need you to make an intelligence and a resolve roll.
Are you attempting to influence my mind?
I am.
Ooh,
Okay.
Shit.
shit is right.
I get hungrier. And as if he holds eye contact with me, what I say, whether or not this happens, Stag, you are going to remain calm for as long as we remain in the city. As I'm gonna try to do a mesmerize.
So I don't have resolve.
Maybe empathy.
I don't have that either. Oh, I do have empathy, yes. Oh no. I do not have any empathy. Oh no.
You don't have empathy?
I can act out something, but that doesn't mean I understand it.
Fair enough. However, what happens?
I have intelligence, but if this was a magical effect, would this potentially either be esoterica or maybe meditation? No, meditation doesn't make sense. I like empathy. I'm going to use that, even if I don't get any additional dice from it. All right, what do I need? What is this a contested roll, or do I need to hit a benchmark?
It's a contested roll.
Sweet.
Which do I use the amount of hunger die that I'm at currently, or what I would have been before I got hungrier?
Your test happens before you roll the dice.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so I have 5 dice. That is kind of ass, but I'm gonna use 1 willpower to reroll 1 die.
Before you use a willpower to do something like that, hey, storyteller, I know it's not specifically that, the same specificity of my other trait, but would my PTSD hinder this roll?
I think what you're actually going to have happen here is you are, well, it depends on who wins the contest, because then we'll see maybe a bit of a chain reaction of things.
Cool.
Okay.
I expend a willpower to reroll a die, and I still fail, so that is... I did crit, not messy. So that's a total of 3 successes.
Okay, so that means I'll be using 4. Exception success. I don't know. I think that's only 2 successes, so I think you win. Oh, wait, do I have willpower? Nah, I'm not wasting willpower on this. All right, what happens?
You feel compelled to hold on. The vampire issues a complex command to the victim as long as I have the subject's gaze and relative quiet in which to issue the instructions. The instructions must be carried out immediately to the victim's best ability and must not contain any conditional actions, as this require the victim to exercise cognition. So what I asked you to do was to remain calm while we are within the city of Dubai. I don't know if that will actually work.
Technically, while we're in the city of Dubai is conditional or condition.
I was gonna say, so maybe just remain calm would be better. but this isn't an ability that you're using, so I would say you know this already.
Okay. Say remain calm.
Right.
Okay.
That will be the mesmer, and it will succeed, I believe, since you did fail and you're not using that willpower.
Correct.
What's the difference between compel and mesmerize?
Compels like the spell
Convincing.
command.
You take an
mesmerize is
action.
like suggestion.
You get one word, whereas mesmerize you get like a couple of sentences.
So compel is command, and mesmer is suggestion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell him to remain calm. Remain calm. It is okay. We will figure this out.
And for a
My
moment, you
breathing
see,
does.
yeah,
Oh,
you also see Heart's kindness, Heart's resolve, Heart's uh, brotherly love in Keeper's words for just the moment. Even though he can't be here with you physically, he's always with you. But having that weight lay on your chest or that cold snout touch the back of your neck was always a feeling that brought you some calmness. But now, as Keeper reaches down and holds onto your hands, you feel that calmness again wash over you. The cold embrace of her uh, uh, fingertips on yours.
Okay, who wants croissant?
As you say that, Keeper will immediately straighten up and turn towards you and go, "Oh, I do."
I hand her the whole bag, just staring at Stag.
who is staring at his hands?
Stellan, does the weight of the world crash on me for doing this?
You didn't take a hostile action against me. You tried to calm me down. I'd say that's
Yep.
pretty friendly action.
I don't think you caused harm.
Okay.
If anything, you prevented it.
I'll open the bag and I'll fish out a croissant and I'll hand it to Stag first. And if
His hands are still open, like where you were holding them. Like he's just staring at his hands right now.
I hold it out for a second, and as you don't react, I just set it in your hand, and I turn to Stella and I give him one, and I'd give one to Janice.
Oh no, I have my own bag.
Oh, okay. I gave one to Janice.
Janice nods and starts to eat it because she is very hungry.
I can't for the life of me remember the shopkeep's name. At this point, I'm too embarrassed to ask.
Oh, considering he really name dropped you, yeah.
Does it really matter?
Well, sure. It's always good to keep up relations, especially when there's croissants on the line.
That's true. Janice, you're human.
Yes.
You know things. Can you give me a camera? And I bite into the croissant and I immediately become sad. I'll put it back in the bag.
What makes you think that I have a camera?
Do you have a camera?
No. Janice looks around to see if there's any like little piddly stand that sells tourist those old little
Easily, yeah. You actually see one right nearby you, and as you approach, you see it sells maps.
shit.
God fucking damn it,
Welcome
Kat.
back, Sylvie.
I cast testicular torsion.
You as you approach the stand, you see that there are maps, cameras that will produce their Polaroids almost instantly, and all sorts of other tourist things. And as you're looking through them, Sylvie's head pops through.
I'll call after Janice. I need a video camera.
She just sighs. So Janice will grab a map and a little one of those little cameras, and Is there a little video camera? Is that what you said?
Plenty.
She'll grab one of them too. And she just takes like a 20 out of her pocket and hands it over to a $20 American and hands it over to the person and just walks away, not saying anything, just walks away.
I always state this guy.
Okay. And
Sylvie,
she,
you're not. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
Oh, that's fine. So she keeps the camera, she puts it in her purse, and she hands the map to Stellan and hands the camcorder to what's called her Minnie? Keeper.
All right. With this, I'll hold up the camcorder. We could go anywhere with Stag.
What?
What's going on?
Well, we are in Dubai. It is sunny. There's people everywhere. And Stag was freaking out, but now he's not. But with this, we can go anywhere. And hold up the camcorder again.
Right.
Where do we need to go?
What is that?
It's nothing. I hold it on the opposite side of my body, away from Sylvie. It doesn't have a battery in it. I don't think. Is it charged? It's not charged.
Looking at the map, you handed it to Stellan, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the map, Stellan, you're not exactly sure where the other shard wielder is, but you know that Stag and Sylvie, especially Sylvie, are able to locate. Stag with a little more difficulty than Sylvie, but she's finally reformed. She's finally here, but of course, she doesn't quite understand what's going on.
What is that box you're holding?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
It's a camera.
What's that?
What's that? It is the best thing that mankind has ever invented.
Pretty sure that's sliced bread.
This is better than sliced bread.
Blasphemy.
Whatever, you live in a planchette. Where are we going?
Janice looks at Stellan. Well,
I don't know where we're going. I just know how to get there.
Oh, Sylvie, you know where to go. Where are we going?
I know where we're going, but I live in a planchette.
I don't...
Say you're sorry.
I am sorry.
Mean it.
I apologize for telling you where you live.
Accepted. We go that way.
She points onto the map towards the large area of desert just outside the city. But as she points, she begins to slowly drag her finger. It's moving, Sylvie, wherever it is. You all kind of then turn towards Stag, your resident elevator or super transposition machine, and see he's standing, no longer just in grass, but a bushel of roses, and
Oh,
he doesn't seem to be able to meet anyone's gaze.
I pick a rose and put it in my lapel.
are we teleporting there? Or are we walking there?
Stag says
Oh.
nothing.
Do I have to spend the glamour for the teleport with all the added items?
With everyone in tow, you'd be able to do what you did before. You simply need Stag to produce his totem collar staff.
No. Before, did I need to spend the glamour?
No,
Okay.
you use the power of the shards.
Perfect.
Pretty convenient. Lets you use your glamour to do other things.
Very good. Okay. We know where we're going. Well, I can't teleport there because I've never seen it.
So
Do we have a way of seeing them?
Stag,
Oh, oh, oh,
you're calm.
I
You are calm.
quickly just kind of like clap my face twice before turning the face off. Yes, hi.
Hi.
The
You
roses
teleported.
around him, as you talk to him, Keeper, sort of bloom and point towards you.
Huh.
Question for you.
Who's you?
One with the horn.
What?
You.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
What about me?
Can you find me?
Oh, yes.
Can you go to me? Because I can go to it. If I go to it, and you go to me.
Start shifting around a bunch of small totems that are on my waistline, and I pluck out one that looks like the tooth of a wolf. Okay, this is my part of the connection. I should be able to find him this way. I'm gonna hold my hand out towards the wall, and I'm going to attempt to conjure an image of his approximate location.
And as you conjure this image, we pull away from Dubai, the city, and into the wood. And we see a guru, or excuse me, the desert. We see a guru standing there amidst a pack moving throughout the sand. One of your pack mates approaches you, Hoda.
Oh shit.
Koda's a bit distracted, but looks his way as he approaches. Waits for him to say something.
Do we still travel another day? Can't we rest?
There's no way to tell if the danger is gone. And besides, there is no shelter out here in the desert. Perhaps a few rocks. There is a familiar scent in the air. I believe we can afford to rest for a few hours, but no longer.
You smell it too. Lila turns her nose up and takes a deep breath. She wraps the shawl around her tighter as the sand whips across her face. It smells like blood, burned and singed. The shadows aren't far.
I am no fool of a leader. I know that if we keep pushing ourselves, they'll catch us eventually.
And if we stop, they'll catch us sooner. Maybe Arturo was right, Hoda. Maybe we do stand and fight this. Even if it is to the death.
How many are in my pack?
Dwindled down from about 30 or so. Only 15.
Perhaps it is coming to that time. Very well. I wish to speak with the pack.
sent you a DM.
As Lila, second in command, turns towards the pack that is traveling not far behind you, he lets out a high-pitched whistle, and slowly the rest of them begin to gather, waiting there to hear and heed. I appreciate the follow. There to heed your words.
And Koda looks at them. Obviously, they're all tired, hungry. He takes a moment to gather his words before he says, "The time of the shadows is nearing. We cannot continue this fruitless goose chase any longer. I propose that we stand and fight, but I will not force you. If you would like to those who stand with me continue to stand with me. Those who are unable or unwilling to fight, you may continue, but I cannot guarantee your safety once you are gone." He kind of scans the faces of the remaining pack, just kind of gauge how they're all feeling.
They all stand silently and stalwart. No one seems to budge. They all look towards you expectantly. Those that you've grown up with, those that you've been raised alongside, trained, hunted, and broke bread with. You've seen trial and tribulations. None like this, but you have sought them through, and it was because you all did so together.
Go ahead.
Now, from this moment, Lila steps towards you and puts a hand on your shoulder.
Vampires?
I will stand by you, as will the rest of this pack. You are our leader. We will brave this last night. We will make our last stand. We will vanquish the shadows, or we will fall to the oblivion.
Is this the kind of desert that's like sandy, or is it the really hard ground?
Very sandy.
Okay.
Large
Hey.
dunes that you're walking over.
Storyteller?
Yeah,
Could I channel the strand?
you can, as you're watching through this image. And even while you're channeling the strand, as you look out past the dunes, Kota, you feel an eye watching you.
I'd like to apparate next to it.
Very well. It doesn't feel unfriendly. In fact, you know this watchful eye. You feel the presence of your mage friend, the Awakened, who had once helped you in a time of great need, peering over you now. And as you look towards the dunes, you see a figure stepping over them. You expect it to be Stag, but instead it is the Wraith that you had once fettered approaching.
Oda?
Sylvie.
What are you doing?
Surviving, I suppose. It is a surprise to see you.
Why? You have my thing.
Not
Yes, but
anymore.
Things happened, but
What happened?
he looks to Lila real quick and says, "Tell the others to begin settling down for the night. I want to build trenches around our resting area." And then he looks back to Sylvie. "My pack and I have been going through a war of sorts.
Do you need help? I
Yes,
have some friends I can bring.
I can smell them. Stag,
know.
particularly.
I can smell them. They smell horrible, and I'm dead.
I missed that earthy smell, honestly.
They can be here in a few seconds. If you want me to bring them.
Very well. Perhaps allies are exactly what we need.
Okay, I should warn you. Forget what I was gonna say. I'm sure it wasn't important.
Koda kind of sits there patiently as if he's used to this.
And you turn towards the whipping of the sand, the wind that had started up, that had blown uh, uh, large swaths, almost walls of sand past you and Lila as you had began to talk. And now you realize that it was the work of Dear Stag, a large portal, almost a mirror. Oh, thanks for the cookie. Um, the, the large portal begins to open, and you can see on the other side the hustle and bustle of the city that you've stayed far from. But they begin to step through, one by one. Figures you've never seen before, but in dreams. A dream that you woke up from in a cold sweat just last night, where you watched each and every one of these strange silhouettes be sucked into shadows. It's surreal seeing them all now.
Oh, hey guys! What took you so long?
Oh, it's sunny. It's really sunny.
I kind of get the feeling we were supposed to do something.
And
Ta-da.
you'll see a wolf just kind of staring you all down.
Janice slowly takes out her small little compact parasol and opens it up.
Hi.
I do not recognize most of you, but one of you in particular. My old friend, and he looks at Stag.
Hello, Kota! I just run towards you and try to hug you, unless you stop me.
He doesn't stop you, but he's like, I forgot you were the touchy-feely type.
Oh, I forgot you were not the touchy-feely type. I apologize. I let go of you.
This is Coda.
And what you see is a very large wolf that speaks plainly.
Is he like in wolf form or the
Just
human
normal wolf.
normal wolf?
Oh,
Lupine.
Okay.
a talking wolf? No one's gonna believe me back in court.
You can very plainly see the blue shard that's adorned around their neck, tied with what seems to be like some sort of leather, and fastened like a collar.
Are you hot with all that fur?
You would think I would be, but no.
Oh,
Not without it.
What?
I bet he's hot without it. Wink.
Stealing the dead's jokes, that's gotta be a crime.
You should have spoken up. I don't think you have a flirty bone in your body there.
I was 600 years younger.
Uh,
I do not know what is happening.
Neither do I.
So we made it. I don't see any shadows. Actually, can shadows come out here? It's so damn sunny.
When night falls,
Do I see any
Oh,
shadows
yeah.
in the Shadowlands?
we were running from the shadows. It's all coming back.
Did you forget, Stellan?
So the dreaming has this weird thing with people, and none of you, or people in general, don't remember that fairies exist because, well, they just forget whenever they see one. I kind of have the reverse condition. So I went back home, needed to take care of some stuff, and coming back to the autumn world, things get a little foggy.
Wait, do you? Okay, so we forgot about the shadows. Do you know who we are? Do you remember our names?
Oh yeah, of course.
That's why you can't remember the guy's name.
Of course I know your names.
I know my name.
That'd be insulting if I didn't.
What's my name? I'm Keeper.
Oh, I know
Saved
the
me.
answer.
See? Keeper. I was about to say that.
I knew you remembered. You saved me from the shadows, which is why we are here.
Oh yeah.
In the
I totally
desert.
remember you. Like, I don't forget things. It's just sometimes the details are a little mushy.
Janice just shakes her head.
Oh, you're here too.
As amusing as this is, I do not have much time.
Do I see anything going on in the Shadowlands in this area?
Nothing notable in particular. There's an oasis not far, but it's clearly a mirage. There might be a group of wraiths there, but other than that, it's quite desolate here. In the farthest distance, there seems to be a city gilded against the sand dunes where Dubai is. Its tall spires are like glass. But that's far from you.
Oh.
So, why do you not have much time?
My pack and I have been chased for what seems like weeks now by these shadows that you mention. We cannot
That's
keep
why
running
you
any
think
longer.
so much.
Oh,
Kota, I am so sorry.
Well,
I should have come sooner.
Stag, this is what you were talking about, right? Together we're stronger. We can do something about the shadows.
Yes, together we will be able to fend off the shadows. Especially with another shard wielder.
That is my hope. We are, what is the phrase you humans use? Bunking down for the night and awaiting our final battle, so to speak. We are half of what we were, but you can see Coda's just deeply, I guess, upset about recent events. So he's trying
despite your reluctance to touch, Stag obviously is heartbroken at this news, and he just kind of drops to his knees next to you and just wraps his arms around your neck. I'm so sorry, Kota.
You have nothing to be sorry for.
I should have figured it out sooner. I could have been here to help.
It is fine. Perhaps I have been too proud to ask you for help myself anyway.
No more of this, then. We are here to help, now and forever, should the need arise.
It is good to see you again, Stag.
It is good to see you too.
You see Coda kind of hesitate for a moment before kind of nuzzling Stag with the top of his head.
From the sand around you, you've noticed, slowly became verdant green. The grass had spread slowly, and the longer you had spent here, the more this desert became a small oasis. Eventually, the party and Coda's pack converge on one location. Pack of 15 wolves. The only of them that speaks commonly is Coda. But none of the others aggress any of you. In fact, some of them approach with what they've found in the desert for meat. Camel meat. Raw, but still game of some sort. There's going to be quite some time before evening falls, before darkness takes over the sky, but we, unfortunately, do not get to see this just yet. We, unfortunately, step back from this world of darkness, as it's about time for me to let some of you go to bed. I'm so sorry, Royal. I tried to end it as early as possible, but they kept doing things, and then you started doing things, and you made it worse. You made it worse.
It's all
I'm not
his
gonna
fault.
lie.
Sacrifices must be made for the greater good.
Yeah, let's
Worth it.
let's get Royal to bed. We're hitting that 2-hour mark anyway. And we're gonna just really, really quickly run through closing time things so that way we can all sign off and say goodnight. But Coda, thank you for joining us. I know we didn't get you in here soon. We didn't get you in here for long, but really, really glad that you were able to guest star. Hopefully you come back next week so we can bang out a little bit more of this seed and see what Coda and all of our new friends forever, best friends forever, get to
It's like
get to
recoils
experience
like
together.
forever. What?
So big shout out to Coda. Thank you, Common, for hopping in here. And I think my star. Oh, this is a hard one. Everyone was a breakout as always. But I think my star goes to Keeper. You didn't forget that you're a vampire, and you didn't forget that it's been a while since you've seen the sun. And I think that was really important just because There's a lot of things going on, but characterization is something that will keep the story lively for many different reasons. There's so many layers to all of your characters, and I love the attention to detail that everyone brings. But I was really, really impressed with that, especially the first scene of you running up to the cave and sticking a pinky and then putting a hand out, and the tackle hug with Stag. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, and then a second nomination for Stag because I know what you're doing and I'm crying. But Keeper, please. Stars and wishes.
Oh, this is a good. This one is hard. I really like Stag because I'm all about the lore, whatever was happening that we didn't get to see with Stag being freaking out with the humans. But I have to say, I think I have to give this one to Stellan. The scene that you had with the
Yes.
pile of stones. Oh my god. Yeah. I'm excited to learn more about that. Very touching. Wishes? I'm excited for this wolf fight. I don't know what's gonna happen, but excited for the wolf fight.
Hell yeah. Stellan, stars and wishes, please.
Really had a lot of fun with Keeper, but I'm gonna have to give it to Stag. It's been everywhere from comedy to cosmic shifts in reality. Can't argue. I'm on board.
Hell yeah. Stag, stars and wishes, please.
I'm going to give my star to our short-lived friend Kota. Even though he was not here long, it is good to see him again, and I was honestly surprised that he is now the leader of the pack. I'm not upset. I'm pleasantly surprised at that. That's a good bit of character development since the last time I saw him, wounded and alone. And wishes, I wish to have enough time to prepare this entire area against the encroaching army of darkness. It will take many time to cast the spells and prepare the wards.
I'll start next week before the night approach. The night is has hit us, so as night is approaching, so don't worry. We'll have prep time.
This is good.
I know you were nominated, Coda, but I'm gonna skip you for stars and wishes because I don't think you were able to watch a lot of the session. And we're gonna pop over to Janice for stars and wishes.
Ooh, I really liked the interaction between Stag and Keeper. So I think for today I would have to go with Keeper because I think this was an opportunity to see a little bit more about her, but it was kind of like the same thing with Stag and also that little moment with Stellan. So I kind of have to agree with it. But yeah, I definitely give this one to Keeper today.
Hell
And for
yeah.
wishes, I'm very excited to have the opportunity to play with Janice's toys.
Yes.
The
Also
hunter
very
gets to the hunt.
I'm also very interested too to hear like these. I've been thinking about it this whole time. It's like I have no idea what kind of a conversation I'm going to have with Nerone. If that even happens, like what do I do?
Is Janice gonna get like an airdrop of all sorts of goodies?
I don't know. I don't. That's what I'm
Come
thinking. Like,
care package.
I have no idea how that would even turn out because I have two scenarios that are going on in my head that could happen. We'll see.
You got a
We
lot
know
of
that-
you got a lot of voicemails to listen to. I'll say that.
They probably are all the same, except for a few, but mostly probably all of them are the same.
You are in trouble.
Due to Werewolf of the Apocalypse, we know exo crisis suits exist, so you could just suit up into like a giant mech robot and just kick
Okay.
ass as a hunter in a robot suit.
Okay, but understand that would also imply or mean that I would have to tell somebody why I need it.
And
Okay.
where she
Oh,
is.
yeah, you don't like telling people things. I forgot. I'm sorry.
I need a suit to fight.
Do you want me to
alongside
tell a
werewolf
whole bunch of
enemy.
hunters what I'm dealing with?
No, you just say I just
know what I
needed to go on a walk and feel safe.
Hey, Your Holiness the Pope, I'm traveling with a mage, a kindred, a wraith, a shifter. We're about to fight alongside a pack of werewolves. Can I have some gear?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
man.
So I've been thinking about that this whole time. Like, how am I gonna?
Yeah,
How am I gonna
exactly
work this
that.
out?
I think
Oh, man,
honestly the avoiding of the phone calls makes sense. At this point, it makes sense to dodge the calls for a little while.
I definitely
Yeah.
have the
Yeah, I'm in
opposite
India.
problem. I can't wait to show you guys off to all my friends. No one's ever going to believe me that I'm hanging out with a werewolf and a vampire at the same time. How cool is that?
Sylvie, stars and wishes for us. Close it out.
I don't think I can give any because I wasn't here.
That is valid. That is valid. You missed a good
Wishes, I
message.
would like more playtime because I was here for 30 minutes and never got anything.
You disappeared. I'm sorry, babe. I don't know what to tell you.
Mhm.
We only got 2 hours. I'm sorry.
I got the stag treatment this session.
Yeah, it happens to everybody. Except you didn't get the nomination, so it feels bad. But
Alright, we're raid.
next week. The story point goes to Keeper, but Keeper, you already have a story point. If you want to award that to
do.
someone else,
I
you're
do. Who
welcome
does
to.
not? Who does not have one? Janice, do you have one?
I do have one.
Who does not have one?
Stag
I
and
have
Sylvie,
one.
I believe. Stag and
Yeah,
Sylvie.
yeah, I didn't. Give it to
You do?
Sylvie.
I'll give it to Sylvie.
Okay.
We all
pass.
have. We all have one now. You're the only one that doesn't have one, I think.
All right. Remember that the story points don't stack, y'all. So hopefully next week we get to use them.
Fight.
We are going to raid. So let me pop into our stream manager here.
Goblins, we are gonna go raid Endless. We haven't raided him in a while, and he's playing some Phasmophobia, so let's go scare the shit out of him.
Hell yeah. I'm raiding right behind you. Endless. How do I spell this?
ENDLESS, the number 3 UN. Endless Sun.
Endless 3 UN. Phasmophobia.
Alright, we're raiding.
No thanks.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow for some World of Darkness over in Austin. It'll be
Hell
great.
yeah.
No one died. No one deoplarized Almanatu. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. What are you talking about?
Everything's fine.
Guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you very soon.
Shadows deep, where secrets lie beneath the moonlit sky. Whispers call in the dead of night, where darkness hides the light. In the world of darkness, where dreams and nightmares blend. In the world of darkness, where shadows never end. Lost souls wander in eternal night. In the world of darkness, where darkness reigns supreme. In shadows deep, where secrets lie beneath the moonlit sky. Whispers call in the dead of night, where darkness hides the light. In the world of darkness, where dreams and nightmares blend.